me? I mean, what's your issue with trust? Can you not trust anyone? I mean, do you lead that much of an unstable existence that you feel as if you can trust no one but yourself? But do you even trust me? Lyd? Meg! convincing myself that, pretending that I could make up for him not being there with some sort of sufficient quantity of something else. But in the end, it was all his little quirks, his little habits of trying to do why that made me miss him the most. Because that was who he was to me. His words were like a catalyst.
So you would deny it to yourself for all this?
Well, I guess so. To protect myself.
Protect yourself from what?
From feeling so much for one individual. For opening myself up like that, vulnerable. Like you, I didn't believe that I could ever trust someone enough to give them that much control over my emotions. In the end, I had no choice. I tried so hard to convince myself to say goodbye. But for all my logic, I couldn't even compete with my own emotions. I mean, seeing his own words written in his own hand on this stupid card.
Hey, it's okay.
It hurt so much, I mean, not only had I lost him, but I discovered to need him like that. I always believed that if I thought about everything rationally, that's where I would find the answers.
Why does pain always seem to be a part of the answer?
Well, that's like saying why you have to go through the bad to get to the good.
But if love is a mutual exchange, which it seems like something you already realise from being alone, isn't that just fear? What if you woke up one day and you realised that it was all wrong? And just how can you leave your emotions to decide something like that?
I can't think about it like that.
But, Meg, you must! Meg, it's important!
Of course it is.
Well, then answer!
I guess I deal with it as it came. And if it came to that.
So you're unsure?
Lydia, what are you trying to get from me?
You said you were unsure.
Of the future, Lydia, but what I know now, I know to be love.
Then how can being unsure be enough for you?
Lydia, would you listen to what you're saying? Your problem isn't with me and Simon, or marriage, or loyalty, or trust. Your problem isn't that you don't believe in love existing. Your problem is that you believe in it too much, and you won't attempt to settle until you find it.
But why? Why should I settle?
Because love's not instant, Lydia, it grows. But you drive away every chance to get at it. I mean, whenever you have made any sort of meaningful connections with people, and I know you have, you just find some fault and cling to it. And it's not because you can't trust people, it's because you don't trust yourself.
But how do you know that any of this is going to be different in the future? I mean, surely if I were to know someone, to really trust someone, then I would be the only person who would know.
Lydia, I'm not talking about knowing, I'm talking about trusting. Connecting with yourself and letting it grow for once rather than suffocating it under practicality and logic. You act like some sort of cold-hearted rejecter of romance, but inside those protective layers, underneath all this skepticism, you're just a disappointed idealist. I mean, love is time and patience and experience and anticipation and terror and joy. It is not always easy, instant, or acceptable. It's not a rational decision. It makes no sense. It does nothing to aid us in our practical survival, and yet we all of us, crave for it and strive for it above all else, because somehow it makes our lives worth living. To see and to accept another being for what they are, complete. To enjoy their company. to put aside any goals or purposes behind it.